Good evening. Couldn't sleep. Kept thinking about my friends that are departed. Seems like the Grim Reaper's been a little too doggone busy around here. Well, not just here, but here and there, but friends. You know, if you follow my videos closely, you know the name ELWYNE Little from videos made a year ago. ELWYNE Little was a gentle giant of a man. You know, to us short guys, he was kind of a giant. He wasn't a huge man at all, particularly in his old age. But I really respected him and appreciated him. When we would go to the senior center the last couple of years, ELWYNE, one of the senior members, was the doorman. He would always open the door and hold it for Donna to go in, shake her hand, and as I would come in, shake my hand and greet her. You'd get a warm greeting. Such a nice man. Oh, did he love to play pitch. When ELWYNE Little was at your table and your partner, you knew you were either going to win or you were going to lose big, and usually you won. He was a bidder. He loved to bid, and by golly, 9 times out of 10 it seemed, certainly it seemed when he was on the other guy's team rather than yours, 9 times out of 10 he'd make the bid. There's such a dry sense of humor, such a nice, decent human being. Died during the winter while we were down in Arizona. From what his family and friends tell me, he had done pretty well, but then slipped away quietly. Well, then just about a month ago, maybe a little less, we got a call from Kentucky that Rufus Kennedy had passed on. Big Ruf that had polio as a child, and yet as an adult, I didn't see it, it was before our time in Arizona, but he was so proud of, and his wife was so proud of him, as a volleyball player. By golly, polio or not, crippled up a little or not, that man was big enough, I bet he spiked the ball without hardly jumping, and yet I'll bet he jumped, polio leg or not. Glad I got videos of both fine men. Men as different as daylight and dark. ELWYNE so gentle, so quiet. Ruf, a rough and tough fellow that loved to jazz his wife, or me, or whoever. He had a lot of fun with you, and loved you to bits. But if you were a sensitive fellow, you might have taken a little offense at some of his jokes and some of his joking around. Don and I loved him. Didn't love him any more or less than ELWYNE, and yet, yes, we did, because we've known him a lot longer. Yeah, you know, when a fella and his wife will come meet you in Phoenix, Arizona, when you come back from England and arrive in Phoenix at, I don't know, 1:30 or 2 o'clock at night, and he and his wife drive from Yuma, the 180 miles, to come get you, hey, that's special. That's real special. Well, then another one of my favorite people here in the Douglas area, Jim McCluggage. He died just last week. The first time I entered the pool contest over at the senior center here, Jim was my partner and we won. And we played a lot of times just for fun, usually with 2 others, so that we had a great time. And Jim, again, one of those really decent human beings. Cancer got him. Too young to go, and yet, you know, none of us at the senior center are spring chickens. Time does march on. Some refer to the agent of death as the Grim Reaper, and others the chance to meet your God face to face. I like the second thought a lot the better. Another couple's not feeling well from the senior center, and that's Polly and Merlin. They are special to us in a number of ways. Polly organizes the pool tournaments, and Polly and Merlin used to operate the theater at Hartner, Kansas, where I had my first superintendency. They weren't there when we were there, but they gave us a link, and we visited together every once in a while about Hartner and this family and that we both were aware of and knew. Well, that's about it for this midnight edition. At times I can feel the Grim Reaper's presence. Every night when I wake up in the night, I say the Lord's Prayer and the 23rd Psalm. They're comforting. I might say them again here in just a few minutes when I get back in bed. I was there for an hour. Donna woke up and was in on the computer. So I decided, well, heck, I might as well. I'm awake. I'm going to be waiting for her anyway. Might as well get another video done. Hope I haven't bored you too much. Good night.